So today we take a look at We Are What We Are, which was on a whole bunch of top 10 lists. Was like said to be super shocking. Fortunately, we weren't shocked. Find out why in this edition of Monstrous Miscalculations.
Okay, just to let everyone know, this is a spoiler review, discussion, everything. We talk about the movie as a whole, so stop right now, go watch it. Okay, yeah. We're back. Cool.
Yes, so Monstrous Miscalculations are films that are loved by many, high quality, highly recommended, and after watching them, there was just some things that we didn't understand, so hopefully we're going to tell you all about those, and then you're going to help us by letting us know in the comments if you agree, disagree, right, wrong, whatever. So make sure we're all on the same page. Let's kick out the plot.
Well, the plot is we kind of start out with someone dying.
Yes.
We find out who is the mom.
Spoiler review, so it's mom.
Well, we find out it's the mom of a family. There's two sisters who are kind of the same age and a much younger son.
Yeah, like teenage sisters.
Teenage sisters, and they're with their dad.
You know the rules.
Snap pops.
Milk or tea.
Yes.
And we slowly kind of discover that there's flooding.
Yeah.
Some bones get found. What are these bones? They're not animal bones. We wonder who they could be. There's a lot of missing people. I sure you see where this is going.
Yeah.
Some shit goes wrong for the family. Everyone dies, and then the girls leave.
We go from there. Okay, so you mentioned in the plot that there's these suggestions or hints that they're a cannibal. Well, no, like
there's both.
No, it's just obvious. Like,
well, yeah.
From day one or 10 minutes or 15 minutes in, there's no question that these are cannibals. And that's fine if you're gonna kind of do something with it. The flip side of that I would have enjoyed as well is maybe we just drop in hints. Are they cannibals? Are they not cannibals? And then at the end, oh, there are cannibals. This didn't do either one of those.
I wish they had picked a direction, like you said, and really, really stuck to it. Either, hey, look, they are cannibals, but check out this backstory, or check out
this twist, or
the cops are catching on, or
they only eat vegetarians, because they're vegetarian cannibals. There you go.
I don't think that's
copyright.
possible.
Copyright, right? Wait a minute. All right, go ahead.
Anyway, or kept it much more of a secret.
Yes.
And made it a giant plot twist at the end when they're eating people's soup, and you're like, oh my god,
it's people.
But yeah, we knew from
early, and
that's okay. That is okay, but I felt like they were still hinting.
They played the game where, we're not gonna let you know. No,
but we know.
We know. Yeah.
And really, we knew because of how many Hillbilly Cannibal movies we've seen.
Yes.
That's everyone's. If you're a horror fan, you've seen the Hillbilly Cannibal movies.
Well, maybe not, because we have to admit it did strike us that, wow, we've seen a lot of Hillbilly Cannibal movies.
But there are other ones. I've seen them because I was able to define the genre of Hillbilly Cannibals. It's not a new thing.
No, it isn't. But you know what? By that same token, for most of the other Hillbilly Cannibal movies in the genre, they're clearly defined horror movies. And I'm not convinced that this was a clearly defined horror movie.
No, it had, I guess eating people is by definition horrifying. But I was actually, as a crime fan, the way the movie started with the cops and the investigation, I was hoping this was going to be more of like a psychological thriller or a whodunit murder mystery, and I would have been so sold, and I know that's my own personal bias, but I think it would have been, let's only little bit of hint that they're cannibals, have it be a psych thriller with some cops trying to figure out why these people are going missing. Huge plot twist. I would have been like, this is face-meltingly awesome, oh my god. But they kind of shied away from that. Then they shied away from too much horror. But then they shied away from the murder mystery because we knew it was like...
Well, they shied away from almost all the horror, honestly, because if your idea that you put forth is that cannibalism is horrifying. Okay. And we've seen too much. It's not for us, but for other people it is. Then maybe you show lots of cannibalism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or more gore.
Or more gore, or just lots of, I mean, it's hackney and cliche, but it's effective. You have the scene where you invite the cops over for dinner, and you feed them some human. Didn't even get anything like that.
I mean, I thought they actually had good tension building when they poisoned the Sioux, or one of the daughters poisoned the Sioux.
Yes.
And it was tense, so I know that whoever was making this movie had the ability to create great scenes, but I just wish the whole movie was that nail-biting.
Without
not
question.
Just that scene.
I mean, there was definitely things in here that were very good. It's not that we hated the movie. Side note, one of my personal favorites was actually the opening death of the mother, from the standpoint that you just don't get this a lot in horror. She hits her head, is knocked unconscious, falls in a puddle, and drowns and dies.
And it's just tragedy.
That's just tragedy. Yeah, it's not like spear through the gullet, run over by a car.
Something dramatic. It's something real.
And it's used to instantly propel the whole rest of the plot. Because she dies, the family is left unable to complete something, and that's kind of where I swing back to, wait a minute, hold on. The father is sprouting off some religious mumbo jumbo. The movie, I don't know if it's Judeo-Christian. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but apparently it has something to do with the cannibalism. Now, this was technically a remake.
It doesn't seem like a remake, though.
And in the original, it was all centered around a ritual. The cannibalism. I don't know if that was lost in translation. The old one is Spanish. But it definitely didn't, come across. And then they would flash back to these old...
Our harvest dwindles as winter approaches early. Mother has forgone her rations so that the children may eat.
Or origin stories.
I guess it was.
And those were actually, I don't know if I want to say my favorite part, but I really would have enjoyed a movie that centered around the original family, that explained how we got to this ceremony, or why are we eating
where
people.
the ritual started. Why would have been the best. Why would have been the best.
And
there's... Even if the why is that there's this ritual that we have to do, I would like that, because otherwise they kind of... There's not a why, and there is actually one other. Sorry, it is technically I did want to throw it in just real quick.
Okay.
And that is that they did make the effort in this film to explain sort of the scientific effects of cannibalism because
it's true.
Yeah, exactly. With the Kuru condition they had, the prions, the Parkinson's shaking and everything else. I did actually enjoy that. Again, I don't want to diss on it too bad. But you know what? There were two other things.
One more major than the other.
Well, yeah, it was one major one, but there is one that we consistently and diametrically opposed, but it's in just way too many horror movies.
Every horror movie.
And that's, you have to establish someone is either bad or crazy by having them kill a defenseless animal, generally a dog.
Why? It's
cheap beyond belief.
The dad just kills the dog for no
reason.
I mean, he's obviously going crazy, but that's the establishing.
Yeah.
And it's so good. The dog's barking and then it's not barking.
Yeah.
Stop.
It's just
no.
Yeah, it's just no. It's been done to death. It's cheap. It's derivative. It almost doesn't accomplish its goal. It's been done so much.
Well, it's just to show that someone's, like you said, bad.
Bad. Yeah, and when you do bad things to people, it's a lot better than doing it to a nice, poor, defenseless animal.
Just leave the animals out of it.
Just leave them out of it. But the biggest one. Yes, the biggie.
This is actually what pulled me out of the movie, and I was
might
like,
have
what?
Already been out, but if I wasn't, just rip me. Just get the hell out of this movie. I don't want you here anymore.
So it was the kind of at the end of the movie, so I'll give it that.
The problem.
It was when the sisters attack their dad and eat him alive.
after spending an hour and 15 minutes trying not to eat people.
Or kill people. And it was...
It's like, just, that's it.
And I would have been okay with that.
Game on.
I really would have.
Really?
If there's an if.
Alright.
So they capture that woman and they have her in the basement or shed or wherever the secret passageway.
Yeah, okay.
And the girls don't want to kill her.
They don't want to kill her.
And it's very hesitating and they're not sure and there's tears and okay.
Yeah.
And then they eat their dad alive. There is no plot. There is no development in between.
No.
They were gonna poison the soup.
Well, and then earlier in the movie, they were kind of like, do we want to eat this?
They don't
Because
wanna
what's
eat
in it? You know.
And then I wish they had shown in between them killing more people or showing that it got easier for them to kill people.
Maybe
and
they
then,
had some, food and it was like, oh, this tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
You know?
I just felt like there wasn't enough of a development from crying over this to ripping someone apart with their teeth.
Yeah.
That's a big jump. And then I was just not, I was kind of, I'm like, did I fall asleep for half an hour?
Yeah.
Like I missed part of something here.
No,
what are we doing?
Yeah, we've said it before. I mean, even though it's a horror movie, you establish your canon and you have to operate in the rules of that canon. And you spent the whole movie saying the girls are reluctant, they didn't want to.
They're trying to run away. They don't even want to be in the
Don't
family
even
anymore.
wanna be in front of it. And you can't. And again, and also this is real. That is to say, what I brought up earlier. They established their scientific reasons and everything. You can't say, oh, they got possessed by ghosts, or that's out. So now it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, and I mean,
as to why they would do that.
People loved it. It's got 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is insanely high.
It
but
is.
I
So
was
again,
not really sure.
like we said in the beginning, let's talk about it. We got the comment section right below here. Let us know. What'd we miss? What'd you like? What'd you dislike? Let's get a better understanding.
Well, it always sucks when you watch a movie and you're kind of disappointed, but such is life. Anyway, you can subscribe to all of our social media on tap, usually posting shenanigans and God knows what up there. And also subscribe to our channel. We're always doing reviews, movies, both good and bad.